Damn, man. And the Diddy drama just keeps going, man. It just keeps going. And as the days keep going, as the weeks keep going, you know what we keep seeing? We keep seeing more drama just pop up. It is what it is, man. Welcome to the DaShmackHouse, where we keep you updated with all the drama. Now, with all this Diddy stuff going on lately, man, listen, I have kind of take a pause on it because we was going in so much on it that, listen, bro, people were like, yo, chill with the Diddy stuff, man. But it has been a couple weeks now, and I guess I could kind of update you guys because some new things have came out. Now, some of the things that we are hearing that are coming out are kind of worse than the things we heard Diddy get locked up for initially, back when he first got locked up a couple weeks ago. Now, if you guys have been staying up to date here at the DaShmackHouse with me, then you will know most of the things that Diddy got charged with. I'm not gonna go over that, but today we'll be speaking about after the VMAs in 2000. Diddy and someone else supposedly did some things that, yeah, man. Also, there are some pictures floating around of Mr. Diddy at a party holding what it seems to be a Tylenol. Yeah, I know what type of Tylenol I'm talking about, right? We're not gonna get into that. But yeah, man, I'll post a picture. I'll see if I find it. I'll post it up for you guys so you can see it there. And listen, man, it just seems like as the feds get further into this case, yo, we're slowly seeing that they're leaking stuff that we like, oh, wait, we didn't know. We heard about that, but we never saw that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I said one thing, man. I said that a lot of these names weren't gonna come out to the public until the elections pass. So now the elections are over, I guess we'll start hearing some names pop up, and you guys are probably like, well, why they care about the election? Well, if you guys don't know, there were some big name celebrities, and it goes further than music to the people that were partying at Diddy's house. So yeah, we don't know, and the feds might be holding back some of these names till after election because they're like, yeah, if this comes out, it can probably persuade some things. You know, maybe we're just speculating here. You know what I mean? We are speculating here. Now, I will tell you that some of these allegations that are now coming out are just like a little crazy because, you know, the sex trafficking thing was one thing, but now we're hearing more and more from more people as they're feeling more comfortable to come out and speak on this whole situation. And the sad and nasty thing that we're hearing is that there were some minors involved. Now, supposedly this one defendant that was 13 at the time was at the VMAs trying to get inside, and she was outside at the VMAs just trying to get in. You know what I mean? She just wanted to get in the VMAs, and it's very weird to me because I asked myself, well, what is a 13-year-old doing alone out in the city trying to get inside the VMAs? Well, it says here that she had ran into one of Diddy's limousine drivers, allegedly, you know what I mean? And it says here, one of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. He told her that Combs liked young girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for, not allowing her into the awards, but inviting her to an after party. So essentially what happened is that supposedly this young girl was able to speak to one of Diddy's drivers, and supposedly this driver told the girl that, you know, she was fit for what Diddy was looking for. And when I hear this kind of stuff, man, I say like, what? The driver? What? And listen, man, it gets worse. Now, supposedly the driver instructed this young lady to come back at later hours after the VMAs were over. And the driver told her to come back at around 9:30 or 10 p.m., promising to take her to the party. Little did she know, guys. Little did she know. Now, again, it goes back. What is this 13-year-old doing out in the streets alone at 10 o'clock at night? Bro, we gotta start there. We gotta start there because this is kind of weird. You know what I mean? This is like, okay, like it starts there. You know what I mean? Was it okay? I'm an 80s baby, bro. It wasn't it wasn't cool. Your parents wasn't letting you walk outside and just chill at 10 p.m., bro. Like, you know what I mean? Now it says here, after approximately 20 minutes after the plaintiff arrived at a large White House. So eventually, I guess, you know, they took off, and the driver, you know, takes her to this place that supposedly is a huge White House with a gated U-shaped driveway. It says here that once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Well, hold up. She's a minor. It doesn't matter what she signs. It's not valid. It's a minor. You can't, it has to be signed by an adult. So like, I don't understand this right here, right? It's kind of weird. And this is why I kind of, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Look, I understand that Diddy was involved in some things that, we're all in question of, right? But we also gotta hear some of these stories like, bro, this doesn't really add up and really make sense. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta keep it all the way funky. And y'all know how I am, bro. I'm not taking sides here, bro. I'm not with the ish. I'm not with the ish Diddy was doing. But we also gotta look at these stories and question ourselves. Like, it sounds kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, how they make a 13-year-old sign a non-disclosure? You understand what I'm saying? Now it says here, once inside, the two men asked plaintiff to sign a non-disclosure agreement, informing her that she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave them her name and signed the form, but did not receive a copy. Inside the house, plaintiff recognized many celebrities in what appeared to be a living room. Wait staff carried trays of drinks and loud music played throughout the house. Plaintiffs observed widespread of drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. Plaintiffs accepted a drink, a radish yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. This sounds like the soft white underbelly interview of that young lady that we watched, which I'll play a clip of right here because she speaks of like something that sounds just like this right here. She speaks about something that sounds just like this.
We all got in the car, like a big Uber, and me and all the other girls. Now, mind you, I'm the only black girl. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to meet P. Diddy. Oh, like I'm probably gonna have to sing for him, da-da-da. And I just tried to like keep my composure. So we get there, and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones, because they know what we see in there, it's he can get in trouble like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're in there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a Team Love photo booth or whatever. Take like 4 pictures. So I, got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos, everything. That's all you could get. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not gonna tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house, because the freak off is inside the house and in the backyard. So you have the pool, and they're playing loud house music. Like, Mark, the house music, it makes you feel kind of woozy, first of all, because it's like a rave or something. Dun, 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 and it's real loud. So you can't really see nothing, but you're seeing everybody like walking around, drunk, hopping around. It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up, and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around naked already, and they're in the pool skinny dipping, and they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, and people are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm like an occasional drinker. Like, I'll drink if we're partying or whatever, just for that occasion. So, because people are going to keep saying, drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just had it in my hand. So one of the sons seen me walking. Mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So P. Diddy's son was like, you. And I'm like, me or her? And then he was like, no, you. Come here. So I went to him, and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house. But I'm thinking you could just go in the house if you want to, but everybody can't go in the house. They're literally selectively picking who they want. So I'm like, well, what about my friend? He was like, no, only you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm holding the shoes. I'm walking around. You know, I'm a good, loyal friend. I'm not going to go inside a house where they said my friend can't go. So we just walking around mingling. But we tripping out, looking at everybody like they off everything smoking and jumping around like hooligans. And so I seen P. Diddy or whatever, and I seen him with the Prince. I'm not gonna say what he was doing, but something really, I get real nervous. Something real crazy, because I don't like to really expose people. I could talk about me, but when it's about, like me, my family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro, doing something real sexual, that's all I'm gonna say. So that we could see and so that we can get turned on, okay? So he's doing something with himself. And I'm like, girl, do you see him? She's like, yes. But mind you, we're screaming like, girl, do you see him? Oh my God, because of the music. And I'm just like, whatever. Then he starts to act like really obnoxious, like, I'm the king of the world, jumping around, doing all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's regular P. Diddy shit. But what got me was how he walked up to me and was like, why are you not in the house? And I'm like, what do you mean? He like, how are you enjoying my house? So we had a little talk or whatever. He started talking about all these things. Oh yeah, you're the one that, you know, I seen was telling me about the Prince. He's like, oh yeah, it's very nice to meet you. Like your life is not gonna be the same, We started talking about going to Cuba. Are you going to Cuba with us? I'm like, what? And that's the thing, I didn't really know about this. So this is when I start asking around or whatever, and I said that in the last interview. But to get to the point, I ended up going in the house because he was on me, like, go in that house. I'm like, okay. And then the person that he was dating at that time, we're not gonna say her name, but we all know, she came and was like looking at him like, what are you doing? Because he was talking to me for too long. So she came to like rub on his shoulders or whatever, and he just pushed her. And I'm looking like real uncomfortable, like, oh, I know what this is about. I don't want to be in the middle of there, whatever. So that's what made me go into the house, because I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl, let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about. Walk up in there. I don't judge people, because at the time I was just smoking weed. But you know when people are out of their mind, and you know when people, you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people. Okay, we're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up, little red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like maybe it's some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Like why would they be here? So
now it gets deeper, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna get into all the details because I can't hear. But this plaintiff claims that Diddy and another gentleman did some things to her. Y'all already know what I mean by that. You know what I mean? Supposedly after she had her drinks, she felt woozy, which that's what everybody says they feel after they had them Diddy drinks, allegedly. Fell asleep and then woke up, and y'all know the rest. It is sad, because these are the stories that hurt to listen to. You know, I'm not gonna say that the Cassie stuff isn't bad, but this right here is horrible. And if these things are really happening, this needs to stop today. Just because you're a celebrity and you have leverage over people, and because you have certain pools and you have money, doesn't mean that things like this should be allowed, bro. And if these are if this is true right here, throw the key away on this guy. If this is true right here, throw the key away on this guy, man. People like this shouldn't be allowed to be free. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it all the way funky.
Wow, it's DaShmackHouse.
It is what it is, man. And listen, more stories are coming out on Diddy. You have a lawyer out of Texas which has 100 plaintiffs. He says that he's gotten over 10,000 phone calls after putting a hotline number on his website. But out of the 10,000, he says he has about 100. It just goes to show you guys how many people are just coming out to make up stories, which are not true. Now, I'm also gonna let you know that Diddy's legal team has been working tirelessly, night and day, trying to get him bail, presenting all type of bail packages to the judge, which they're not folding for. You know, even offering up all passports of him, his family, his kids, his mother, saying that he's not gonna be around any females, saying that he's not gonna have access to the internet, saying he's not gonna have access to a phone, saying he's only gonna talk to his lawyers, giving up his $50 million mansion in Star Island in Florida, but the judge's not having it. And Diddy will remain behind bars. And the only thing that his legal team has been able to do is that they have been able to speed up this trial to set it up for May of 2025, which, if you guys know, that's pretty fast. That's less than a year than when Diddy got picked up to when his trial date is. So that just goes to show you guys that his legal team is working overnight, you know what I mean, trying to get this thing over with as soon as possible. Diddy is sitting in one of the worst jails in the country right now. He's sitting at the MDC in Brooklyn, which is a federal holding facility where, you know, these are the people that 6ix9ine, if you guys don't know, is actually there right now. He's serving 30 days after taking a plea deal from the feds. It's a federal holding cell, which most of the people that are there are like waiting to like get sentenced and waiting trial. And, you know, from what I heard, is a very dirty jail. You know, maggots in the food, supposedly. You know, a couple people have gotten killed in that jail in the last couple of months. It's not a good place to be in. And Diddy wants out. But it's not gonna be that easy. Diddy's gonna have to sit there until trial. And we'll see what happens with this whole situation. You guys hit the bell up above. Let me know what you think of this whole Diddy thing. You guys want me to keep bringing you videos on Diddy stuff, man? I kind of stopped because we kind of got too deep in the Diddy stuff, man. It was a little overwhelming. But you guys let me know what you think of this whole situation. Hit the bell up above so you do stay notified whenever I drop one of these videos. We are at the DaShmackHouse, and I'll check you guys on the next one. Peace.